Late Night Health continues with a new feature on Late Night Health. This time each week for the next 2 months or so, we're going to be talking about women's sexual health. Brought to us by Seven Oaks Ranch in Santa Barbara, California, and Ventura, California. We have a lovely couple on our phone line right now for our very first women's sexual health feature. We have Lalla and Rinaldo Burtoco.
That's it.
Thank you. It's very easy. We've just, everything, technically, my tongue is coming out of my left ear right now, and I don't know why. It just happens that way sometimes. Let's talk about women's sexual health in general, and then we're going to talk about a specific product that Rinaldo developed, as I understand it, for Lalla.
That's right.
In general, I mean, sex is a great thing. I mean, everybody loves sex, right?
As far as I know.
Well, but there are people.
I haven't taken a vote. I haven't taken a vote yet, Mark, but I think it would come up with an overwhelming plurality.
I would think so. And what really, the other night I kissed my wife, okay? Maybe a little bit more passionately than I should have, with our son sitting not too far away. And he went, ew. And I remember my parents hugging and kissing all the time. And my parents have been gone for a long time. I don't remember ever saying ew. Why do kids do that today? Do you know what I mean? You're too old to have sex? Is that what they're telling us?
I think it's just the age, and they pass through rather quickly.
Oh, I'm hoping so. And these are adult kids. Both of my kids do it. Don't get a room. Go away. Anyway.
No one can imagine their parents having sex.
I can't imagine my parents having sex. I mean,
yeah,
which means we're all the product of a virgin birth.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's obviously that's what's happened. As women have babies, as women get older, there are some problems that women can experience with vaginal dryness. And Lalla, can you explain that? What happened to you personally?
Sure. We were finding that I was experiencing quite a few bladder infections, actually, and some yeast infections and such, and we were at a loss as to what to do. Of course, we were doing what we bought from the drugstore, and but then the infections would reoccur. Meanwhile, my husband, Rinaldo, who is also a scientist, and had some new ideas, and we had moved to a ranch where we planted aloe vera. We believed in drinking aloe, but he said, hey, let's try it down there. And so we did. And honest to God, I will raise my right arm and say I have never had another bladder or yeast infection since we applied aloe to these delicate vaginal tissues. And along this same time period was my opportunity to enter menopause. And I was in my mid-50s, and things were getting drier in that department. And so between the infections and the dryness, and sex wasn't fun. And so this was not a good thing. And, we enjoyed sex, and we wanted our intimate moments returned. And we found that was the case once we used our aloe to lubricate and soothe these tissues and really restore these tissues to, amazing sense of healing and also intimacy. So we have had many intimate moments, and this went on for several years. It was kind of a secret that we didn't really share with anyone but a direct, close friend. And over time, I decided that really there was a moral imperative to begin to share it with a wider audience. And so I had to kind of come to terms with, what my mother would think if she knew I was producing a product of this nature. And so I had to get over that and move forward. So we call it the sisterhood, and I have been sharing this with a wider sisterhood and continue to do so and have lots of giggles about it. That's what we talk about, the secret, sharing the secret and giggling about it. And then once we get over our little embarrassment about talking in regard to a personal lubricant, and we smile and bat our eyelashes, and then we're onward to the meat of the matter and the importance of this product and how they can get it. And then we get the feedback, and people are thrilled.
What's really interesting is that you kept it a secret for a number of years, and you went to Rinaldo and said, we have to share this with the world. There are a lot of products out there that claim to alleviate the dryness, vaginal dryness, but at the same time, there are a whole wide variety of side effects. Rinaldo, would you care to address some of those?
Yeah, I'd love to, Mark. And, I also want to just fill in the blanks a little bit from what Lalla said, because we were using natural, organically grown, I grew it myself, aloe. And when Lalla said to me, and I'll never forget the quote, she said, I owe it to my sisters, I've got to share this. I said, well, maybe we can teach them how to use raw aloe. And we actually did up a little brochure to give people. But it turns out that people just didn't want to go to the trouble and, learn how to fillet aloe properly and all that sort of thing and grow it. And so I think she was the one who said to me, well, there's got to be a way to put it in a bottle or a tube. And I said, oh, that's kind of tough because we want it to be organic. We don't want to use any preservatives that are, would be inappropriate. We want it to be something that, candidly, we want it to be edible, because even though we weren't thinking at that time of making flavors, which we do now, at that time we weren't even thinking of putting essential oils in it, which we do now. But just the idea of how do I keep something that's pure raw aloe, and I couldn't heat it, because if you heat aloe above 116 degrees Fahrenheit, it loses its efficacy. Most people don't realize that. When they buy aloe beverages, they're not getting real aloe, because it's now water.
It breaks down with the heat.
Yeah, because it's an enzyme, and all enzymes die at 160 degrees Fahrenheit.
I need to point out that Rinaldo is a Renaissance man. He's an attorney. He builds sustainable businesses all around the world, and he's a master chef and a scientist. All of the above. So, and he can tell a great joke too. He's really a chemist, and when it came, time to figure out how to put it in a bottle, he was the perfect guy to come to find those solutions. I'm proud to say. Let me talk to our audience for a moment. All those TV ads addressing the issue of vaginal dryness are correct. Sexual intimacy should not be painful. But have you listened to those outrageous side effects for pills like Osafina and drugs like Premarin? I mean, who wants to experience vaginal bleeding, blood clots, strokes, uterine cancer, or pelvic pain when there's an organic, natural as nature alternative that lubricates and enhances sexual pleasure with no side effects? Welcome to the magic of Aloe Cadabra. Indeed, and then there's some other lubricants on the market which many people know about called KY Jelly or Astroglide, which also have pretty nasty chemicals. One chemical used in antifreeze, and another one in cleaning solutions. And once you really investigate these products, you just don't want to put them on your body directly. My gosh.
Well, actually, that's what motivated me when Lalla said, "Hey, can you figure out how to put this in a tube?" It was a challenge. It took us a while. Don't think it happened easily. A lot of trial and error. But in order to do that, and still keep it organic and keep the enzymes intact, it was a really, really big challenge, because all these other compounds were so terrible. I felt, wow, I would never let somebody I care about put that on their body. And so that's why we came up with Aloe Cadabra. And it is, we picked the name because it's magical. Aloe is the only antifungal and antibacterial natural medicinal product you can get from nature. And it's been around for thousands and thousands of years. You can see pictures of it on ancient Egyptian tombs, literally.
Wow.
Used as a medicinal plant. So when Lalla was having these problems, and she would yo-yo between a GI tract or a vaginal issue or whatever, vaginitis or any of that stuff, and bladder infections. Whenever that would happen, I would start to research, okay, what's going on and why? And it became clear to me that the solution was an antibacterial, antifungal property, but it had to be slick, and it had to be something that would absorb naturally into her tissues. So that's what we came up with. And I'm so pleased with the product because, unlike anything else, these terrible things they sell at the drugstore, if you use it, you're going to having to go buy one of the other drugs like Monostat 7 to fix the damage that KY does.
Right.
Well, if you take our product and you use it, not only will you enjoy it because it's the closest thing, that's why we call it natural as nature, it's the closest thing to normal vaginal mucosa. It's, in fact, we even make the product and we pH balance it to vaginal pH. And we do that so that this mucosin actually will reabsorb into the tissues, the vaginal tissues, in a soothing way. In fact, it is kind of remarkable, totally unstructured, unrehearsed. Out of the clear blue, a dear friend we've known for 35 years called us this morning. She's not currently in a relationship, but she's our age, and she was telling Lalla how grateful she was for the Aloe Cadabra we sent her because she had just that day used it as a soothing application because she was experiencing dry itchiness from her menopausal condition. And she said, I was just amazed at how much it made me feel better. I said, yeah, it's natural aloe. That's how it works. So she ended up being very, very happy, even though in her case she was using it for soothing, not for sexual purposes. Now, as it turns out, for self-pleasuring, homosexual as well as heterosexual sex, any application you can think of, the feeling of it is so close to natural that you enjoy sexuality the way you did when you were much, much younger. And that's really also part of the magic of Aloe Cadabra.
When I went to pick some up at your office in Ventura, I was also told that it's a great hand cream.
It is.
You know, right? So Aloe Cadabra can work for a variety of body parts. We have a great offer for you, okay? Here it is. It's very, very simple. Anyone who would like a tube can get one for free by calling 866-961-2563 or go to aloecadabra.com. That's aloecadabra.com. Enter the promotional code Late Night and you'll get your free tube today. Read the testimonials. Experience the sexiest moments ever. Again, the number 866-961-2563. 866-961-2563. Just have to pay shipping and handling. All right. Lalla and Rinaldo and Aloe Cadabra and I will return on Late Night Health as we move forward. Don't go away.